Buckle up and brace yourself for a spine-tingling adventure as we lead you on a journey to some of the world's most frightful prisons. From the notorious Tower of London to the barren San Lucas prison in Colombia, each of these penitentiaries boasts a ghastly past and a ghostly ambience that continues to loom even long after their closure. In this video, we will delve deep into the haunted narratives of these prisons, complete with sightings of specters, unexplainable sounds, and hair-raising experiences recounted by both visitors and staff. So shut tight your doors and flick on those lights as we explore the ominous and macabre histories of these prisons that still give us the creeps today. Number 10. West Virginia Penitentiary, U.S. Located on the edge of Moundsville, the prison was built in 1866 and operated for 129 years before closing down in 1995. During its long history, the prison housed countless inmates who suffered and died from state executions and prison violence. Today, the abandoned structure is notorious for being one of the most haunted places in the United States. Visitors and staff members have reported ghostly sightings and experiences in various areas of the prison, including the execution chamber where Old Sparky claimed many lives, the Hole, a brutal solitary confinement area that drove many inmates to insanity and suicide, and North Hall, where the most dangerous prisoners were held. The haunted penitentiary attracts ghost hunters from all over the world who have experienced phantom footsteps, eerie noises, chilling temperatures, and overwhelming feelings of fear and dread. Number 9. Ohio State Reformatory, U.S. In the heart of Ohio stands a foreboding structure known to the world as the Ohio State Reformatory. Built in 1896, it was initially created to house first-time offenders, too old for juvenile facilities and too inexperienced for the Ohio State Penitentiary. Yet, as time went by, the prison earned a reputation for abuse, torture, and murder. Despite being deemed inhumane and overcrowded in the 1930s, the massive prison remained operational until 1986. However, even after its closure, stories have circulated about the spirits of the tormented former inmates, guards, and prison officials who still haunt its halls. Visitors have reported seeing apparitions and hearing unexplained footsteps in the cells where the inmates once lived, suffered, and died. One of the ghosts said to reside within its walls is that of Helen Glatka, the wife of Warden Arthur L. Glatka. She met her demise in 1950 in an apartment within the prison when a loaded gun accidentally went off. Her spirit remains in the same apartment to this day, and some claim to still smell her perfume. Number 8. Tower of London, England. In the heart of London lies the foreboding Tower of London, a medieval castle steeped in a dark past of torture, execution, and bloodshed. Anne Boleyn, Lady Jane Grey, and Sir Walter Raleigh are just a few of the infamous prisoners who met their end within its walls and whose ghostly apparitions are said to still roam its corridors. Anne Boleyn, in particular, has been sighted holding her own decapitated head. The Countess of Salisbury has also been seen, draped in a ghostly white, before vanishing into thin air. And let's not forget King Henry VI, whose murdered spirit has been spotted wandering the Wakefield Tower. Visitors have reported unexplainable sounds, sudden chills, and a palpable sense of dread, especially within the chapel where so many met their untimely end. Number 7. La Santé Prison, France. La Santé Prison, nestled in the heart of Paris, exudes an eerie aura of darkness and despair. Built in 1867 to house France's most notorious criminals, it has witnessed countless stories of tragedy and terror. Among the most infamous inhabitants was Eugene Dieudonné, the human puma, whose ghost still roams the prison walls to this day, leaving behind the chilling clanging of metal. Visitors have reported feeling a palpable sense of unease, as if the spirits of the past still linger in the dank cells. Ghostly apparitions, including a white-clad woman, a spectral guard, and a phantom priest who visits those on death row, add to the haunting atmosphere. Even after extensive renovations and a reopening in 2018, the ghosts of La Santé Prison are said to continue their eternal haunt, reminding all who enter of the prison's macabre past. Number 6. Ahu Penitentiary, Brazil. Once a prison, now transformed into the judicial center of Curitiba, an old building in the city holds a sinister past. It's the first prison of Curitiba and is said to be haunted by the ghost of a clown. The legend goes that the spirit only torments prisoners who committed heinous crimes against women. However, the story takes a chilling turn when we learn that in the 1970s, a man who dressed up as a clown and attacked women with an electric saw was incarcerated there until his death. The thought of his ghost still lingering in the halls of the old prison is enough to send shivers down one's spine. Number 5. San Lucas Prison, Costa Rica. Deep in the heart of Costa Rica lies the eerie and haunted San Lucas Prison. Intended to hold 500 inmates, this desolate place became a crowded hellhole, holding over 5,000 prisoners at its peak. The brutal conditions and inhumane treatment of inmates led to riots, violence, and countless deaths, leaving behind the tortured spirits of the forgotten. Ghostly screams, strange noises, and apparitions of former prisoners, including the protective spirit of Pedro Claver, a Spanish monk who fought to improve conditions, still haunt the abandoned halls of San Lucas Prison. Despite its closure in 1946, the allure of uncovering its mysterious past draws in curious ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts seeking to unravel the secrets that lurk within its walls. Number 4. Port Arthur Historic Site, Australia. Welcome to the spine-tingling tale of Port Arthur Historic Site in Tasmania, Australia, where the walls still whisper secrets of the past. This brutal penal colony was home to some of the most dangerous criminals of the time, who were subjected to harsh conditions and brutal punishments. Violent incidents, including murders, suicides, and riots, were the norm, with a tragic fire in 1877 claiming the lives of 30 inmates. The prison was closed that year, but the site still echoes with the pain and suffering of its past. Visitors and staff alike have reported ghostly activity at Port Arthur, from the apparition of a tall, thin man in a black suit thought to be a former warden, to the ghostly nurse who appears in Victorian clothing. Many visitors have felt an overwhelming sense of sadness and despair when visiting areas of the prison where inmates were punished, such as the solitary confinement cells. In recent years, paranormal investigators have ventured into the haunted halls of Port Arthur, capturing unexplained lights, sounds, and EVPs believed to be the voices of former inmates. It seems that the tortured souls of the past still haunt the site, their stories and pain forever etched into the fabric of the prison. Number 3. Carandiru Penitentiary, Brazil. Once home to thousands of prisoners in São Paulo, Brazil, Carandiru Penitentiary was a place of unbearable conditions and brutal violence. The site became infamous after the Carandiru Massacre, where police officers killed 111 inmates during a violent uprising. The prison was later demolished, but the spirits of the tormented prisoners are said to still haunt the site. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported seeing ghostly apparitions of former inmates and hearing strange sounds, adding to the chilling aura of the abandoned prison. If you're already enjoying the video, then you won't want to miss out on our future releases. By subscribing to our channel, you'll stay up to date with all of our latest content, and you'll also be supporting us to keep creating more videos. Your subscription means a lot to us, and we truly appreciate your support in helping us to grow. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button now and become a part of our community. Number 2. Alcatraz, US. Alcatraz, the most notorious prison in America, once housed some of the most dangerous criminals of the 20th century. Originally a military prison, the current facility was built by inmates themselves. Among its infamous residents were Machine Gun Kelly, the Birdman of Alcatraz Robert Stroud, and gangster Al Capone. Despite numerous attempts, no prisoner ever successfully escaped the island prison and survived the treacherous swim back to San Francisco's shore. Visitors to the historic site often feel a chill when entering Cell 14D, a notorious punishment cell, and have reported hearing crying, moaning, and the eerie strains of banjo music drifting through the halls. Interestingly, Al Capone himself was known to play the banjo during his time at Alcatraz. Number 1. Eastern State Penitentiary, US. In 1829, the Eastern State Penitentiary was founded by the Quakers, who envisioned the prison as a place of penitence for criminals. The imposing stone castle was designed for total isolation, with inmates confined in windowless cells and denied any human contact. The extreme solitude drove many inmates insane, and suicides were common. Punishments for breaking the rules were brutal, and the prison became known for its harsh treatment of inmates. Solitary confinement was eventually abandoned in the 1870s, but the damage had already been done. The prison was closed a century later, but the echoes of its dark past still linger on. Ghostly apparitions have been seen wandering the halls, and strange footsteps and eerie sounds have been reported. The Eastern State Penitentiary has become a hotspot for paranormal activity, with countless visitors and paranormal investigators reporting unexplained phenomena. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel to watch more spooky videos. Thanks.